I don't have a microphone. Ooh, let's get rid of that echo. Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm thinking about maybe after 100 live streams, pushing the envelope a little bit, maybe I'll eventually get the hang of it. This is, I started, let's see, golly, I've been working on this stream all day because I wanted to kick it up a notch or two and maybe make the entertainment value go up just a wee bit. There we go. Let's see who all's in here. Give everybody a few minutes to tumble in. Yeah, if you're getting notifications, congratulations, because I've got I don't know six other YouTube accounts that I do other things on, and I'm signed up for notifications on all those, and I never get them. So I'm just assuming that probably half of my subscribers or more, because some people say, yeah, I get notifications. What's the big deal? I don't know. Yeah, let me get my ducks in a row here while waiting for folks to show up. Let's see. How's the audio? Everybody okay with the audio? Let's take a look at some chats. See if the chat is working at all. Can't really tell. That's why I always like to pull up another window. Is this an old vid? Yes, this is an old vid, but I'm going to share some new stuff with y'all. Well, I'm not sure if it's new. It's, if y'all haven't, shit, I gotta stay on top of the production. Yeah, if, I don't think I've really talked about it. I may have talked about it on a live stream before about, I'm not really sure exactly what took off my foot, but I'm really starting to think that maybe it was the semi that I was up next to rather than my motorcycle. To me it seems really easy to the concept of a semi running over my foot and taking it off. It seems like that's a whole lot more plausible than a motorcycle rolling over my foot. I mean the before I saw the pictures from the hospital, um, before I saw the pictures, I was like, yeah, the motorcycle landed on my foot, tore my boot off, and then I'm dragging my foot down the road. But I don't think that's what happened at all. Just looking, and I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures. I'm going to show you some slow motion video, and I'm going to show you some individual frames from the video. I think a lot of people haven't either seen it or had noticed it like I did. Shortly after I put the video out, I had 2 or 3 people comment. Cheers, by the way. Sorry, I'm late and getting started, even though I started setting everything up. Well, I've been setting up everything since noon, but specifically the lighting and all that stuff and plugging everything up. I've been doing that since, well, 30 minutes, but I still kind of ran out of time. Even though I've been doing this a lot lately, I should be really good at it, but it's very technical. This stuff is very technical. Unless you leave it all plugged up all the time, which I can't do. It's just too much crap. I mean, I got lights, I got wires, I got this microphone. Got this microphone over here that you can't see without me knocking shit over. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, how many people we got in here right now? I think 15 or 20 would be fine. But like I said, I like waiting because I was trying to explain. Oh shit, there's 32 people watching. Okay, cool. There's no sound. There should be sound. Oh, you're looking for sound on the video, Josh? No sound, no sound. Is it still no sound? Okay, good audio, good. Hey Sam, Josh, Blue Bug, what's up? Semi is most likely. It pinned your foot and squished it, and you and the bike kept going. What's up, Ron? What's up, man? Stan Smith, Vancouver Island. What's up, dude? Checking in. Thanks for checking in, Stanley. I wished everybody did that. 34. What's 34? Good. I'm glad everybody can hear me. Good. Yeah. Usually it's I can do one thing or the other. I can either be a pretty decent producer or I can I can I can stay focused on what I'm trying to say, which is really that's probably the hardest thing I do is trying to stay focused. Trying to stay on topic. Okay. So we got 34 or 32 people in here. Yeah, 34 people. Awesome. Thanks for showing up, everybody. It's Crazy Trailer checking in. Man, I love people checking in just because it's like, oh, I recognize people. Virgit Widget, Verbal Widget. I see this guy all the time. I see a few new names that I haven't seen before, which is always cool. Like Blue Bug. I don't think I've seen you before, Blue Bug, but thanks for showing up, man. So as I was saying, a few people. Well, let's see. Let's uh let's start this over. So I can talk a little bit and not be distracted by the background. Um, so I think two or three people noticed a reflection in the semi, and I'm not sure how they did it because I don't think you can frame by frame in YouTube. So maybe they copied it and they went frame by frame. But as I'm going down the road, skidding left, skidding right, I only fishtailed twice. It seemed like it was 30 minutes of fishtailing when I was riding. It seemed like whoa, and then I went down. But it was once and then twice. Once I pointed towards the cables, um, the retaining cables in the middle of the road, and then I came back around and pointed towards the semi. But I think it was at least two people, and I think three people noticed and left a comment. Hey, there's a reflection of you and your bike in the toolbox on the truck. And I'm like, really? And I went back and looked at it. I was like, holy crap. So chrome plated toolbox actually has a pretty decent reflection of me and my motorcycle. I wish it would have been better. I wish there would have been more frames. But I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about some possibilities and maybe what happened to my foot because it's really disturbing me. I wished, I had somebody follow me. Everybody's really upset with people following me and not chasing me down and saying, "Hey, man, your shit's loose." And I've said it many times on here. I don't fault anybody for not pulling up my slack. I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. It would have been nice if somebody would have showed up at camp as I was packing up and go, Don, I'm worried about you, man. I've seen the way you pack, and which is not true. I usually pack really well. But as I've said many times, this was a what I had in my mind, which is a standard trip just down the hill into town or the closest garbage can. And there was a garbage can at the church where I was camped out behind a church. And I was going to hit that church on the way out, but there were people in the parking lot on my way out. I was like, I'll go to whatever's on the interstate. I figured there would be something close by. I knew I was close to Paducah. So I thought, that'll be something I can throw my trash away somewhere else. And I didn't think anything about it. And that trash, the way I had everything rigged, it was for, 5, 10 miles. It wasn't for 25, 30 miles. And especially it wasn't for interstate speed. So anyway, shit came loose. I'm the only one to blame. I'm not upset at anybody that was following me or anybody that I was passing at 15 miles an hour over. There were a couple people behind me, and they were probably just going, I wonder what's hanging off the back of this motorcycle. I'll just about guarantee you there was nobody behind me that probably rode a motorcycle. So I keep saying the same thing. I'm just glad nobody ran over me. They were paying enough attention to not run over me because I stopped pretty quickly, as you'll see in this footage. Um, yeah, sounds great. Oops in the rain. What's up, Mike? Long time, man. Grumpy Spider Rider. I'm nowhere in my acid chaps. You'll lose your ass cheeks if you fall off wearing acid chaps. Focus. Where is the fun in that? I'm quickly trying to lose my focus. This is my first cocktail of the evening, and I'm dehydrated too, which is probably not a good combination. Thanks for everything. Your positive attitude throughout the ordeal has been tremendously inspiring. Certainly learned to up the quality of my gear. Wish it was more affordable. Yeah, yeah, you can get close to spending what you spend on a motorcycle with gear. Man, I mean the really good stuff too is really expensive. I would love there was nothing more that I would love than to tell you the secret to buying great quality motorcycle gear, but it tends to kind of follow the curve, as the price goes down, the quality is typically going to go down. Materials, construction, all that stuff. And I mean, that's just my experience. Although I'm a big fan of Olympia. I wish I could figure out a way to reach out to those folks. I think I've sent them a couple of emails going, hey man, I love your gear. I've got a bunch of older stuff. I sure would like to try out some new stuff. I love Olympia gear. It's really well made. It fits me well. It's good quality. And I would say it's reasonably priced. I mean, it's good quality gear, so I don't expect anything that's good quality to be cheap. I'm always surprised and excited when I do find stuff that's relatively inexpensive and good quality. Told a lady a stoplight today that her left brake light was out. Oh, I do that all the time. Hey, your tire's low. I think that's the most dangerous. I'll see people riding around on a half flat tire, and I'm one of those guys. So, I'll motion, hey, your back tire is low, just going down the road. Yeah, courtesy. That's nice to be able to do that, but I was doing 80 plus and I was passing people, and the people that I was passing probably didn't have enough time to glimpse, figure it out. There was a guy behind me coming up pretty close. I think there was somebody that passed me on the way. But yeah, I'm not expecting any heroic effort from somebody that's riding down the road behind a motorcycle. Did I miss where your foot is? I think my foot is probably in a landfill by this point. I think maybe from what I remember, what they do with body parts and dead babies and shit like that is they throw them in the incinerator at the hospital. I'm pretty sure that's what they still do. Um, I would love to have a service for my. Actually, I think Solon has still got my toe. I'd like to talk to him about maybe putting that in the ground. I had a small piece of my toe that was torn off too. The only big toe that I've got left was torn off. Still wearing my Olympia mesh jacket 20 plus years. I don't think mine's that old, but I would also caution you, Ron, just kind of maybe take a peek at it because I didn't know how bad it shaped my jacket. I mean, you can see I could probably pull up a frame of that the video of me rolling down the road. You could see uh, nylon just coming apart, and it's most likely the waterproof part. It's not the hard. Well, I guess it probably is, but you can see it's just shredding coming apart. But kept me safe. But I'm wondering. I'm thinking that jacket. Let's see, 2009, 10, so 14 years. But I've got some good good quality crashes out of that one too. I think everything I had on that was in the dirt. I think. Getting could have blinked their lights. Yeah, anything would have been fine. Well, that um, in that position, if somebody on the right hand side of my motorcycle would have flashed their lights, I wouldn't see them because My right hand side mirror is gone. I thought about that. I thought about, did somebody flash their lights? Did somebody get up behind me? But I was going and I was passing people, so I was really focused on what's in front of me instead of people behind me. Every once in a while, I'll glance down at my mirror to see if somebody's coming up on me, see if there's something come loose on my bike flopping around. Obviously, I might have seen that had I had a right hand mirror. So yeah, it's just this tumbling thing of it's all my fault. It's not the people behind me. It's not their fault. Would have been nice if somebody would have said, "Hey, man," and I had to speed up to about 90 to catch up to me. When, "Hey, man, your shit's coming unloose, man." I'll give you credit for myself. A better pair of riding boots. Thank you, Moto Giant. Oh, well, good, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about boots because I shot some footage of my boots today because that's the thing that just really started bothering me. It's like, yeah, looking at my boot, looking at both my boots, they're both completely, you wouldn't think they were in the same crash, but we're going to talk about that. Getting lightly used gear, Klein gear on Facebook Marketplace saves. Yeah, I can't find gear that fits me in the store. So I'm not real hopeful about finding anybody's used gears. I'm not a normal size person, hence the name Moto Giant. So I would love to just go into the used motorcycle store on Facebook and go, "Hey, what you got? Yeah, I'm 6'5", 300 pounds. What you got to fit me?" Oh, on the rear dash cam, I remember seeing 2 lanes of cars. Yeah, I finally washed the nasty thing. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's see if I can ease into this thing here. If I can remember where everything is at. Oh, I have been putting this stuff together all freaking day. Now, let me see. Windowed projection source. Yep, that's not going to do it. That is not going to do it. I am not. Is it not going to let me do what I was trying to do earlier? Add. No. Ah, windowed projection. Projector source. It's not going to let me. So I picked up some skills this week. The one skill that I obviously don't have is window projector. I don't want that. I don't want that. Let's go back to here. Um, so, oh, that's what we need to do. Slideshow. Let's move this slideshow on up here. I can actually see it. All right. So, if you don't know, that's a lot more leg that that I had. I think this was in a surgical wing. I can't remember. I moved so many times when I was in the hospital. But as you can see, let me see if I can get this damn window thing up. I need windowed projector. No, it's not going to let me do it. I had it working earlier. I should have left it alone. Damn it. I think I know what I need to do. Scene. There we go. Okay. Good. All right. So, what you're looking at here. Scene. No, that's not it. Damn it. So close and yet so far. All right. So, this is my leg. And I am going to get this done here. Y'all just bear with me. I need to add windowed projector scene. It's not going to let me do it. I got everything I need. Anyway, so if you look where the print is on my leg, what does it say? 27, 77? That's about where they cut my leg off. But before I came in, and I could show you the pictures, but I'm sure I would be kicked off of YouTube if I showed you the pictures because it almost makes me physically ill looking at my. Just imagine what you're seeing there, and imagine here. Let me help you out. I made some. I made some. I made some helpful images here. Just imagine that this is what a normal foot looks like, and what you would see if I showed you the images from the ER in Paducah before I went anywhere. I think one of the deputies that saved my gear and saved my life came up and put a extra tight tourniquet on. I didn't know I was leaking that bad, but I'm pretty sure he brought my gear to the ER in Paducah, and he took some pictures, and one of the pictures is my foot at the end of the stretcher, bloody mess sitting down below, and my foot, kind of like what you just saw earlier, looked a little bit like that, except it was a bloody stump, and from the ankle down, this is a reproduction of something that's not going to make you vomit. Basically, something smashed down on my foot and separated about that much foot from the bone. In addition to smashing my foot inside my boot, it ripped my boot off and it ripped a lot of skin and flesh off. Basically, like peeling a banana. They call it degloving. And so it degloved my foot above my ankle and took everything. And I guess it all fell into my sock after that. But basically, if you can't see, let me get out of the way so you can see. I got nowhere else to go. You can see kind of that my foot is smashed and all the skin and tissue kind of went with it. But that's the picture that I can't show you because it's you'll be haunted if I showed it to you. So, but these are some of the pictures of what I think maybe happened, and I think let's go back to the slow-mo real quick. We're going to go slow-mo here, and we're going to show you a little bit of, to give you some context. If nobody's seen these videos, this will give you a little bit of context of what you're about to see. And if you'll look here on the right, you'll see several polished aluminum, um, chromed. Here I am going sliding sideways to the left and then back to the right, and you can see polished, and then you can see a toolbox right there before the camera goes out. And now we're going to go a little bit slower. Well, I think we're going to go a little bit slower. Here we go. Okay, so I'm trying to go frame by frame here. So we're sliding sideways left, and then we're going back to the right, and you can see the truck here. You can see a little polished steps and then a gas tank. And then right after the gas tank, you'll see the toolbox, and you'll see one frame coming up here as I'm about to get catapulted off the bike. You can see motorcycle. I don't know if anybody can see that reflection there, but that's the first, I think that's the second frame where you can see the motorcycle. And there you can see a picture of my left leg going down. Remember, this is a reflection. So that is my left leg going down, and then it looks like the motorcycle coming up. And that's kind of what I assumed that has happened this whole time. And I'll show you some pictures here in a second that will maybe make some more sense. But I've got stop motion graphics that I made for you guys, in addition to all this wonderful. And here we are going backwards here. But basically, I'm going to show you these images here and see if any of this stuff makes sense to you. All right, now back to the slideshow. Oh, wait a minute. What was that? Looks like I actually... Do I have a whiteboard? Wait a minute. Screenshot scene. Yeah, it's not gonna still not let me do whatever. Um, so we're back to the slideshow, and we're actually looking. If you'll look to the left, you'll see the polished stairs, and then in the center you see, I guess that's an aluminum gas tank, and then to the right, just above my head here, that's the reflective surface that we're about to see. Let's get to that real quick. Okay, this is the first frame where you can see motorcycle tire. Um, yeah, you can see motorcycle tire right there. And then the next one, it's a little bit picture. It's right there. And it looks like I'm already going over forward. So in other words, I'm pointing towards the truck. So it looks like I'm already tilted over. If that makes any kind of sense. And now you can see my left leg going down on the pavement. And then the next frame, you can see it looks to me like the front wheel is off the ground, which kind of makes me think that the motorcycle is high siding. I don't know what's going on with my body at this point, but I can see a right foot down on the ground. I hope you can too. Um, and then this next frame, that to me looks like a bike catching air. Foot still down on the ground. I don't know. My body could be flying off in space at this point. I don't really know. But the question I've got, which is the question that I've had this whole entire time, is how did my right foot get under the left side of my motorcycle? And that's the question I have for you guys. And I think that's the last frame. Yeah, that was the last frame. You could still see my windshield at the top. I think I can get up that high. Um, Yeah, let me catch up on some chats because I want to hear what you guys think so far, and I've got more stuff to show you. More stuff. I got more footage. I don't have any from the crash, but I got after 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 action photos and videos, and it's all good stuff. Let's see what the hell is. If I can figure out what's going on in chat. If y'all have an opinion, let me know. Maybe you've seen something. Maybe you're thinking about something that I haven't so far. Um, enjoyed the last Tat episode. Need more archive video treasures. Man, Ron, I really want to finish. Really want to finish the Tat series, but I've said it. I think I said it on the last live stream or one of the last live streams. It's such a kick in the balls. Such a kick in the balls to get 400 or 500 views on something that I spent, you know, 2 or 3 days editing. Like I'm working on part two of the same day of that trip across Oregon, and it's like you lose motivation. It's like, yeah, how do I tell this story more compelling? What do I do to hook people in? And I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I just don't know what the hell it is. Um, I've been trying to learn how to be better storyteller um, for the past, I don't know, 3 years now. I've been working on my storytelling skills. But that's none of my storytelling skills mean shit if I don't have footage. If I don't, and that's what I tell everybody else. You got to get the shot. But I appreciate that, Ron. I need more motivation because it's hard. It's hard. Uh, uh, I lost my place. Not getting frame. Oh, jeez. Y'all weren't getting frame by frame. Y'all should have been getting frame by frame. All that stuff should be here. Not seeing it. Are y'all not seeing the frame by frame? Oh man. Oof. I hope I didn't just screw all that up. Sure you click the like. 77, damn it. There was a mountain lion near my campsite, Colorado. I'd love to have your foot. Not getting frame by frame. Not seeing what you're. Oh shit. I don't know. Okay. Did y'all not see any of that stuff? Because it looks like it's all transition. Okay, so did nobody see the frame by frame? Only see the still of the truck. Okay, so I'm not actually doing the frame by frame right now. But y'all, are y'all seeing the frame by frame now? Y'all can still see all that, right? Yes, just say yes. If you can see it, just say yes. Not seeing your images. Only see the still of the truck. Forensic superstar. Hello. Hey, mate. Just got here. Sorry I'm late. No problem, Chris. Glad you could make it, man. After seeing the reflection, I always thought you fell off to the left. The bike high-sided and then the right foot on the bike. That's what Blue Bug, that's exactly what I thought too this whole time. But when you see what I'm about to show you, I think you might change your mind. Could the asphalt just ate your foot like an eraser, frame by frame? Okay. That was my thought. I thought initially, okay, something landed on my foot, slapped my boot off. That is what I was thinking while I'm lying on the pavement. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I got up under the, and that, I think I even said that on the body cam. One of the deputies gets me saying that. It's like somebody was asking me what happened. I says, I don't know. I think I got up under the. I think I high sided and got up under the bike. That's what happened to my foot. That's exactly what I was thinking the whole time. And it wasn't until I started seeing these reflections that I started thinking, okay, well, actually, it wasn't until I saw my foot in the ER that was like, how did anything on my motorcycle just chop my foot off? I mean, to me, and not just chop my foot off and take my boot and my foot with it. That just seems to me so powerful. Um, because my bike, fully loaded, my bike doesn't weigh 600 pounds, and it's just hard for me to believe that. I don't know. My bike's pretty scuffed up, so maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Damn political ads keep interrupting the stream. Sorry about that. We saw it. Yes. He didn't notice the reflection part on the box. I did not. Yes. Six Semper Tyrannis. All that stuff that you've got in your name makes it really hard to read your name or your handle. Yes, yes, sir. Oh, giant. Matt's here. What's up, Matt? Good analysis, Blue Bug. I thought the same. Where is your left leg in this image? My left leg is almost on the ground. So if you're thinking about looking into a mirror, you're looking into a mirror, my left leg is down on the ground. That's what you're seeing. I don't know how many people have made the mistake. They're telling me I should buy a DCT motorcycle. For some reason, they thought I lost my left leg. It's my right leg. It's always been my right leg. I did chop off a piece of my toe on the left side, but anyway, just rewatched the crash, and you were clearly way past the center line when you stopped rolling. We're going to talk about that too. I think that's very interesting, and I think it's a very good possibility that I high-sided up towards the truck, which, if my foot got up under the truck, I am very lucky to be alive. That's the only thing that got run over. Oh, yes. Hey, what's up, Richard? James Hyde, yes, seeing it fine. Is that bottom of your foot just before, is that the bottom of your foot just about the lock handle or your knee? So if you're looking at the picture here, you're looking at the reflection of my left leg going down on the ground. I can't see anything on the right side. I've got to assume at this point my butt is still near the seat, because my leg, well, I don't know, maybe I'm coming off the bike because that bike's almost down. It's almost on the side cases at this point. So, and I can't tell. It looks like the front wheel is off the ground, maybe an inch, but I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell. So, I don't know. I just think it's fascinating to think about what the hell happened to my foot. It's really disturbing me. The deeper I dig, the more images I get, the more disturbed I am. I wish I could show everybody that picture of my foot in the ER without everybody vomiting or people reporting me to YouTube. I've showed it to a handful of people, people with strong stomachs, because it's nasty. It looks exactly like the uh, the stuff the images that I created. That's that's what it looks like, except it's actual gore. It's actual. That's the before and after. It went from this to basically my foot is crushed and torn, and the banana peel and my toes. It's basically what it looks like when I first saw it. It's like, wow, somebody put, there's a puddle of blood underneath my leg that's sticking up. They've got it elevated. I've still got tourniquets on it. They've got it elevated in the ER. And you can see it's a bloody mess. And it looks like somebody threw a glove, a used glove, in the bloody mess that's under what's left of my foot. And the closer I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, that's my toes. That's the skin of my foot is sitting there in that puddle of blood beneath. And I was like, oh, now I see what they're talking about. Degloved. It just went, and so I don't know where the meat went. I don't know where the bones went, but I don't think there was much left. Seeing how, I mean, it looks like a big blade just came and chopped off my foot about where you can see where it is right there. And my toes looked pretty much like what you're seeing here, except they were very pale, very white. That's why I thought it was a glove, because, white latex gloves, that's what it looked like, except the white latex had toenails in them, which all of a sudden is like, yeah, yeah, that's my foot. That's what's left of my foot anyway. Um, yeah, well, let's look at, is anybody soup in a boot? Yes, except it wasn't a lot of soup. There was a lot of soup on the ground. But yeah, I think it was a very similar accident to yours, Richard. If y'all don't know who this is Richard, my riding buddy, who's also missing his right leg. Very similar accident, except he got hit broadside and knocked off his bike, and the truck ran over his foot. So yeah, I don't know. How did your boot look, Richard? I'm real curious about that now that I got you in here. Need a bigger monitor than my phone, or you could maybe zoom the reflection. Um, I'll figure out how to do that. I don't think you're going to get a much better image because it's 1080. Um, it's just going to be a bigger blurred image. So, fix to eat vegetable soup. Good thing it's not a tomato soup. You could still shift a bike if you're a left leg amputee. Use your heel. Yeah, yeah, but I'm a right leg amputee, so just for the record, once again, I can't tell you how many comments. I'm thinking it's about 50 comments. Oh, you need to get you one of those DCTs. I'm like, yeah, I guess I guess people just, I have a solution for this guy. I'm not paying attention to which side of his body he's missing a leg. But yeah, I think everybody's trying to be helpful, but they're just not very observant. And I stopped responding to him. At first, I was like, "Nah, I lost my right leg. That doesn't have anything to do with shifting. Still got my left hand for the clutch." Yeah, I just stopped responding because like, yeah, somebody's gonna take it the wrong way. Might remember we were discussing boot soup at our lunch meetup in Naperville 2 days before his crash. Yeah, soup in a boot. Yeah, I think I every time I've told Richard's story, that's usually the phrase of like, yeah, he's described it as soup in a boot. Terrible, but yeah, I don't think mine was so much soup, unless mine was very meaty. I don't know where the meat went. All I know is the surgeon that initially looked at my foot said, he said, I really tried to save what I could of your foot, but there was just not much there. And I was like, hey man, fine. But your toe, your other toe is I did a miracle job on your toe. I was like, yeah, that's a miracle. I'd hate to see what that damn toe looked like. All right, let's take a look at my other. Where is my other? Oh, here we go. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this on. And let's see if we can get. Okay, so, oh, forgot to resize this. So obviously I've got some, whatever the hell this was back there. 4K. Sorry, bear with me. So I'm gonna zoom on through. I took the, what was left of the shoestrings out of here because they were confusing. Let me go back. There we go. So what we're looking at here, crap. I'll get better at this. Maybe one day. All right. So what we're looking at here, I mean, y'all should be able to tell left from right, right? The thing that I've got my hand on right there is the left boot. As you can see, it looks dramatically different than the right boot, and you're going to see why. But here's a few things that I'm pointing out. You can't, I guess I could probably try to zoom in here because this is 4K. So I've got the right boot in my hand, and if you can see, the right boot is very scuffed up. There's very little scuffing on, I'm sorry, left boot. I've got the left boot in my hand now, and there's a whole lot of scuffing on this. You can see the eyelets are ground down. So my right foot was dragging, I'm sorry, my left foot was dragging down the road for a good bit. It stayed on my foot. Somebody wrote in their report, I think the deputies, both of his boots, came off in the crash, which is not true. Video evidence of me, you can see what's left of my foot hanging, dangling in my white sock, and it's twirling. And you can see my left boot is still on my foot. What you can't see without looking at the body cam video, or I think there was a dash cam video, it was somebody right behind the ambulance anyway, as you can see them putting me into the ambulance, somebody cut my boot off and threw it on the pavement. I'll see if I can dig that up and make the video. I think I've got a couple of videos I want to make. I want to do the heroes of the crash scene, and I want to do the rest of the story about me waking up on the pavement because I think that's an interesting story. But so let's take a look at this. I'm basically showing you where all the scuffing is. Where I'm showing you is that's all scuff. It may be hard to see, and of course the stitching got torn. So there was a lot of trauma on this boot, which makes me think I should maybe reevaluate the fact that these boots did better than tennis shoes. So in other words, I'm not going to say go out and buy you some Carhartt boots to protect your feet, but I'm also going to temper that and say, Carhartt boots are better than tennis shoes or dress shoes or what I used to ride in, flip-flops, Birkenstocks. I've even got a funny video about Crocs. It's called Adventure Crocs. I rode around the Big Island of Hawaii in adventure Crocs. I've done a few adventures, and I ride down. I'll put on Crocs to ride down the dirt road to get some water out of the creek or something like that. But typically, it's probably a bad idea. But let's take a little bit more. As you can see, there's lots of scuffing. I couldn't really see anything on the bottom of the boot, but they cut all the shoestrings out. That's why the shoestrings are gone. They didn't cut them all out. I pulled some off after I started the video. Now I'm showing you the difference in the rock. Let me move this here. Ah, crap. Oh man, I'm not even paying attention. I didn't even. Let's restart this. I'm just running my mouth and I didn't do the transition. So I apologize. Um, Scuffing on the side of the boot, stitching is gone. All the eyelets for the laces are scored on that side. This boot took some real trauma, and yeah, that's why I'm saying this boot protected my foot, my left foot, a whole lot more than I was giving it credit for. And I looked at both boots before, but I didn't look at them with a critical eye. Now you can see the difference in the one's mashed down pretty hard, and I'll show you the rear of the boot here in a second. See it's half the distance, and it's mashed down really well. And I think I stuck my hand in there before and tried to dig around. I think everything pulled out um, when the boot came off. So all the meat, everything came off. Here I am again pointing out the scored eyelets and the scuffing on the boot. You can see everything is scuffed on the side of the boot. Let me catch up on some chats while y'all look at the stuff that I just started talking about and didn't realize. The boots. Can y'all see the boots now? Everybody? I hope. Not working. Sorry, Charlie. Was watching Paralympics. Thought of you. Yeah. Let me see the still in the truck. Did, but I ride in work boots. Gulf Shores, Alabama. No problem. Always willing to help out. My buddy just rode home with us in flip flops and bathing suit. Yeah. Hey man, as long as you understand the risk. We got the boots on the screen now. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so let me back up here and show you what I think happened to the back of the boot. And I probably pointed this out in my little gear review video that I made, and what worked and what didn't. I kind of talked about this a little bit, but it looks like the back of my boot exploded as my heel's coming out and the rest of my foot's coming out. So something grabbed a hold of my boot and said, I'm going to keep this. And my body went one way and my boot stayed under whatever was there, which makes me, the more I think about it, the more I think maybe I went up under the tires of that truck. Because the tires of that truck, I mean, you're talking 80,000 pounds. I'm thinking 10,000 pounds per tire. I don't know. I don't know how much weight those things have on it. It's probably less than that, but it's still probably a whole lot closer to 2 or 3,000 pounds per tire than my motorcycle is. So, and not just that, it makes it a little bit easier for me to think about how my body got over near that truck than it did. If I'm trying to get this thing where you can see everything that I'm playing with there. Yeah, I'm not sure how much more. Well, I showed you the stitching coming in done. So this to me is gonna help me reevaluate, maybe spread the message of, okay, look, man, work boots are better than flip-flops. Work boots are better than tennis shoes. Work boots are better than your dress shoes when you're riding around or barefoot. Um, should you invest in more gear? Yeah, probably. No, this is going to be fun. This is my stop motion. So I think I tried to say, okay, here's the actual stop motion, right? I'm sliding sideways to the left, sliding sideways to the right, and then something happens, right? I come up off the bike like I'm getting high-sided, right? And the first possibility is that I get up under the motorcycle, right? So I'm coming up off the bike in a high side. Bike is maybe high siding too. Bike comes down on my foot, takes my boot and my foot off, and then I'm flopping down the road, right? That's one scenario. And now the other scenario, if I can eventually get to it, How do you like my high tech? Please tell me I love my high tech animation. Oh, there's a wheelie. Yeah, check that shit out. Homie's got it down. Whoa, what's up? Now I'm going to give you another angle, so we're coming towards the camera at this angle. So maybe this is going to give us maybe a new perspective. And I thought about doing some real animations here. There I am going towards the cables. Then I'm going back towards the truck and come off the motorcycle, right? Is everybody following along now? High side, everybody knows what a high side is, right? Coming up under the motorcycle, which is what I've thought from pretty much day one until somebody said, I think you got up under that truck. I was like, there's no way, man. And then I started looking at the video, and the more I looked at it, I was like, how the hell did I wind up in the other lane? And we're going to look at that in a second. So, yeah, here I am getting run over by the mystery machine. Same angle or different angle as basically how we started before. Yeah, there we go. That's you can't illustrate getting run over by a truck better than that, right? That's basically I've got to throw that out there as like, hey, did that happen? Is that what happened to my foot? And if I'm going in this direction and the truck's going this direction, but I'm certainly not going as fast as the truck now. If you see, when I start pointing towards the truck is passing now. So I've slowed down. I've gone from 85 to, I don't know, 65. The truck was probably doing around 70. So I'm doing slower than the truck, but maybe I've slowed down to 30. I don't know. I don't know where my body is. I don't know any of this stuff because I've only got so much video. Let me catch up on some of this chat. Chain. Yeah, somebody else said the chain, but yeah, there's no chain marks. There's no nothing. And if you think about it, what caused the accident? Here's a little bit of a quiz. What caused the accident? The rear wheel stopped spinning. So if the rear wheel stopped spinning, the chain stopped spinning too. Yeah, that was pretty easy for me to eliminate chain. And not just that, there's no marks on that boot of the chain, but there's marks on that boot of something very heavy going down on that boot and very flat. And my first thought was my side cases, but I don't know, man. I don't know when my bike lays down, it's not laying flat on the side cases. It's laying on a piece of the side case, and I guess it could be upside down on the side case. Bottom line is it took a lick on the left side, and the side cases are not aligned. I think I knocked the side cases out of alignment several inches, like 2 or 3 inches. Um, but here I am looking at the side by side of the boots again. I don't know if any of this is making any kind of sense to y'all. I'll pause this here a second and take a look at what you guys think so far. Seeing the boots, blue truck. Median, the rear has rotated towards the median, and the high side is well in progress by the time your reflection. Yeah, I don't know about well in the progress, but it's starting to begin at least. Ride and work boots, Gulf Shores. Yeah, these commercials are very irritating. I'm starting to see them now. A semi with trailer weighs between 30 and 35,000 pounds. I don't think a solid steel boot would have protected your foot. Ah, chain. Honest and open myself up to ridicule. I don't always wear all the gear. Boots are hardest issue for me. My big feet are very clumsy and hard riding. I hear you, man. I've ridden without boots a very long time, probably most of my life. Call the truck company. I tell you why I started wearing boots. I got tired of getting dinged by rocks, stuff coming off the road, bouncing down behind other vehicles. I got tired of getting dinged, and I started getting the phrase like, "Man, I just need some hard shell boots." work boots. I've been riding in work boots or a combination of work boots and riding boots, but even the most comfortable motorcycle riding boots are not very protective. They may come up over your ankle a good bit, maybe, but they're not very protective. They don't really protect your ankle. Most riding boots, I would say, are more emphasis on style. Make you look like a tough guy. I don't know. That's just the stuff that I've seen. Motocross boots are pretty good stuff. Track boots, stuff that's almost up to your knee. That stuff's got pretty good protection in it, but they're not comfortable at all. They're squeaky. They're loud. They're not waterproof, most of them anyway. There's a lot of problems with motorcycle gear and comfort, and it's like, you see the guys in full leathers at the track. They're walking around like this. They can't even move their arms. It's just like, I don't want to wear a spacesuit when I'm riding. I completely get why most people don't wear gear. Problem is, there's comfortable gear out there. Just the more comfortable and the more protection you have, the less money you have because you spend it all on gear. Scooby Van is exactly what that is. Scooby Van. Good eyes. Great animation. I feel like I'm really there. Thanks, Merle. Best wheelie we've seen you do. Yeah, I don't do a lot of wheelies. If I did, I would record them because I crash about half the time. Or I get off. Yeah, I'm not much of a wheelie guy. I crashed a lot when I was younger. I'm trying to learn how to do wheelies, so I'm a little bit skittish. I do the little power wheelies every once in a while, but it's that balance point. It's hard to find. Call the truck company any damage to the truck. Yeah, I would. I have thought about that. It probably wouldn't be that hard to track the guy down, and now wouldn't be that hard for you guys to track the guy down. The first thing out of my mouth would have to be, "Hey, look, I'm not pointing fingers. You can see from the video, it was all my fault." Um, but I wonder if the guy even saw me back there. There's a lot of people that said, "No, he probably saw you and said, I see you, I ain't stopping," and I don't blame him. Don't want to get involved. Was it my fault? Or maybe he may have just been playing on his phone like a few people I know that drive a truck. A few of those people in here right now, maybe. That truck that hit me didn't take my leg. It was his tire locking up on the brakes and skidding across one leg. There was a lot of energy there. Very plausible the same happened to you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still okay with the idea that my bike took my leg. I just don't know exactly how. It seems almost as plausible, or maybe more, that the motorcycle took my leg. I just don't know. Let's see what else I got. I've got something else for you. 1080 video. Boop, boop. All right, let's move this thing up here and let's get it on. Let's get through this thing here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to go back here. So, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in here. That's what's left of my foot in my sock, I think. So, left on the bottom, just right here, you can see my boot, my left boot is still on my foot. And you can see I got a shredded knee right there. My right knee is already shredded. Yeah, it's kind of hard to zoom. It's kind of hard to do the fine manipulation that I need. And there, you can see what's left of my foot rolling down the road. But the most important thing that you can see is almost my entire body is in the right lane now. So my bike is skidding down the left lane, the one that I was in, and my body, that little black spot that you see in the middle of the road, that is where the center divider is. So the center white line is right there. And that's where I wound up, apparently. Wish I could get up. I should have taken some frame by frames. There I am. Right there, almost my entire body is in the right lane. And, yeah, Just something to think about. I think when I wound up stopping, I think I was like right close to very close to the center. So for some reason I rolled back to the uh, to the center, and there you can see me. I think that's where I started rolling back to the center. See if I can move this frame by frame. Oh shit, you guys can't see any of this. I'm sorry. Golly, I keep forgetting. Let me keep going back here. There we go. Okay, so here I am. Apologies again. I need a producer. I can't think in my head and manipulate the buttons because I've got three screens that I'm looking at. Actually, one, two, three, four screens, five screens. It's difficult. I'm not that bright. But looking at the screen here, you can see almost my entire body. A little bit of my head is in the fast lane, but the rest of my body is in the right lane. So I went from the left lane, and my bike is still in the left lane. My bike is still in the fast lane, filming behind it now. This is the rear dash cam. Um, the rear dash cam, and you can see that the rest of my body, man, it's really hard to move this thing around the way I want to. There I am. So I think I started to turn about right here, and you can see that bloody sock. Most of looks like my heel is gone. You can see what's left of my heel, and I think what's left of my smashed bone and flesh is still flailing around in that sock. And if I had enough time to actually do the frame by frame on this, you can see a little bit more there. Again, you can see my left, but you can see the center line. That's that white center line, and I'm way the hell over there. So I got close enough to that truck. I don't know if the truck was still there when I was flying in the air, but I got close enough to him to put my feet under it. Like I said, I don't know if I was still there when he's still passing me, but I was close. Close. Turn, turn, turn. Yeah, how about that? Let me catch up on the chats here while y'all are looking at these crazy frames. I don't know. It's just the stuff that I got, and I kind of wanted to share with y'all because it bothers me. It bothers the hell out of me that I don't know what the hell happened. The bands are rocking. Don't come a knocking. 62 people watching. That's cool. He's playing with action figures. It's not the first time, Ron. I've actually made a few videos. The actual action figure that I've got is what's the guy's name? He's a stunt guy. Did the MTV thing. I can never remember his name. Anyway, he's got an action figure motorcycle. It's kind of a cool motorcycle. It's got him dressed in his whole motocross outfit. I can't find him, so I found this little army guy, and he gets close, but he's nowhere near my the legendary motocross stunt guy. Anyway, yeah, I made a few videos, kind of demonstrating some principles. Not me crashing, but some other principles like, hey, if you do this, you do that. Anyway, some principles that are and my animation skills suck. I mean, I'm probably better than a lot of people, but yeah. How did you do that? What did you do, MT Scott? Boot does not look like it was drug under a sliding light. Absolutely. I think what happened is it got under something, whether it was a tire or a box, and my body went one way, and my boot and everything else my boot got pulled off. So the more I think about it, the more I think my bike and I are going in the same direction. So bike could have smashed my foot, but if we're going in the same direction, there's not that much weight. I really think now that my foot got up under that damn tractor and it went. Boot came off, foot came off, and stayed in the sock. And then I'm kind of going in that direction. It's still kind of shocking that I can think I got high sided and got up under that damn butt or that truck. It's just terrifying to think about it. Were there any skid marks in the truck's lane? No. No, he never I don't think he ever saw me. Number one, he sure as shit didn't skid. At the brakes at the exact moment your foot goes under the wheel, that would do this kind of damage. I think just having my foot trapped somewhere and with my body's momentum, if my foot is up under something and my body is still going, so if you think about it, I'm going this way towards the truck. It's going that way and I'm going slower. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Skid marks. Skid marks. The only skid marks were from my motorcycle and my flesh sliding down. So there's a lot of scratches. I'll do a follow up video with the scratches and maybe do some more analysis of how far I skid because it looks like I skid over 100 yards, or at least the motorcycle did. I probably rolled for about 50. Because I saw a VIN number in the still. Yeah. Oh, you mean from the truck? Yeah. There's numbers on the truck. There's identifying marks. I think it looks like the top of your right boot has a heavy asphalt impression. Perhaps your foot got pinched under the truck, facing down as your body kept twisting and moving forward. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it got caught under. My guess is wheels, though, because wheels makes a lot of sense. Crushing my foot, crushing that boot like that, and removing my body from my end of my foot. Wearing my Forma AFV boots. They're very stiff to the knees. Literally grabbed your foot while you went forward and separated your foot. Still see boots. Yeah, I don't know how you're seeing boots because everything I see is me, my body lying backwards. Whoops, ADV. Elon Musk to send you footage from Starlink. Yeah, yeah. What's up, Solon? Yeah, finally made one of these. Awesome, Jamie. Good to see you, man. Just the weight of that truck could have degloved your foot. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Travis Pastrana. Thank you, Roy. I always struggle. I don't know why I struggle with his name. Travis Pastrana. Is that your jumbo-sized jug of Tums sliding down the highway from you? No, it's just a regular size thing of Tums. I can't remember. I ate something recently, and I was like, man, I gotta stop and get some Tums. I think I snatched them out of the back. I was like, I'm tired of getting these things out of the trunk, and I put them in my tank bag, and they went sliding down the. Yeah, there's a little advertisement for Tums. I think they survived. Guarantee he saw you spend 5 days a week in a truck, and I don't miss anything. Yeah, I don't think every truck driver's like you, dude. I know that truckers freaking cut me off all the time. They don't even look in their rear view. I think they're just driving down the road and like, fuck it, I got to change lanes. They don't look. So I wouldn't be surprised if he never saw me. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Totally an antacid bottle. Seems like what you said, your foot got pinched maybe between the tires. Skid mark, underwear. Yeah, skid mark in the underwear, definitely. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my underwear. When I finally wound up at Vanderbilt, all my clothing was gone. Any description of the police report from witnesses? No. Got the police report. There's nothing there. Um, the the only witness comment was that one of the deputies said a witness that was following said he was riding along and he quote wiped out. So that's the play-by-play description we got here. Uh, I tell you what, I need to take a pee break and get a refill. If y'all want to hang out, let me replay something. What do y'all want to watch? What do you want to watch while I'm pee breaking and taking a because otherwise I'm gonna run this on a loop. Unless y'all want to look at boots, we can look at the slideshow. Yeah. Slow-mo. You want to do slow-mo? Let's do slow-mo. That way y'all can look at it with a critical eye, maybe. All right. I got that fired up. I'll be back in a second after I pee and make another drink. Stay tuned. Yeah, let me bring that title up again. If I can. Oh, fascinated by any of this? I think the fact that I missed the reflection, it almost pisses me off. It's like, how the hell did I miss that? I slowed down some of this stuff, and I mean, I've been trying to figure out this mystery for a while. So anyway, I'm back. Thanks for waiting, everybody that did. There's 48 people still here while I'm pissing and making a new beverage. Y'all must be desperate on a Sunday night for some entertainment. All right, what did I leave off? I'm really interested in what y'all came up with while I was gone. Pinched. Message redacted. John, what were you trying to say, man? Did you chicken out or did Google Google, delete your profane statement. Could be that the bike separated your foot. That's what I that's what I was saying from day one. Is it was the bike. Didn't have any other reason to believe anything else. There's no way I could have, because I mean the way I looked at it, as I'm coming off the bike, it looked like I was still going the same direction. So if I high sided, I figured I went straight ahead, not towards the. I mean, I actually scoffed at somebody said, "Yeah, you probably got up under the that truck." I was like, "Yeah, nah." Same with the chain. I was like, "Nah." Chain wasn't spinning, so I didn't get up under the chain. But anyway, I should learn to scoff less. I didn't do transitions on anything. I really should pay attention to there's a preview screen and there's a program screen. So stuff that's going out, I don't pay attention. I pay attention to the one screen, and I've got tunnel vision, and I never think about making the transition. So I go, here's what I want to show, and I just go, oh, there I am, I'm showing it. I never hit the transition button, and it's not because I drink too much. I'm just stupid. So y'all weren't watching anything. The screen was frozen. And the truck ran it over. I don't know, Chris. I think his foot got under a tire. I'm thinking the foot got up under a tire, whether it's the tire on my motorcycle. And if you think about that, it could have. If I'm flopping around on the bike, I don't know where my right leg was. Did it get up under the bike as I'm sliding to the left? Got up under the bike, and then as I'm coming back around, it got under a sliding tire. I don't know. It seems more plausible that my bike took my foot than me going all the way over to the center of the lane and then me getting run over by a truck, but it was just my foot. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard the more I think about it. Saw the Tums bottle. Yeah, I think most people saw the Tums bottle in the first edition. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I mean, if there's anything funny about this, seeing a Tums bottle rolled up, yeah, it would have been funnier to see an empty beer can rolling down the road. I think I'm pretty sure I had 2 or 3 or 4 beers that night. I had something in the trash the next morning. I think it was food and something. I think I actually stopped and got some beer before I went to camp. What are your thoughts if you had been wearing a motocross style boot that would have trapped your foot and lower leg more securely and degloved a larger? I don't know. It may have taken my damn knee off. I don't know. But this is not one of those accidents that you should say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do to prepare for getting run over by a truck or getting high-sided off a motorcycle. Um, yeah, I thought about that. I thought about what about a really strong boot that came up to my knee that had buckles all the way? Would it have taken more of my leg? Would it have degloved me at the knee? Would it have pulled the freaking um, bone out of my hip? I don't know. I really don't know. But I think if you're dealing with a 80,000 pound vehicle, I think probably anything's possible. Um, the wind from the truck caused the whole thing. Yeah, maybe I should sue the guy. Any lawyers out there? Maybe I should start the process and just get this ball rolling where I need new motorcycles. And apparently legs are really expensive, so I'm gonna need a lot of legs. I think they last about 2 to 3 years, and I think this first one's probably not gonna last me a year from the way he's talking. It's like, yeah, your legs all fat and misshapen, and I'm gonna try to get you as far down the road as I can. I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound great. I hate to think that I'm gonna have to get a new leg in 6 months. But yeah, hopefully down the road they'll last 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I take care of my stuff, but apparently your leg changes over time. Is Richard still in here? Maybe he can answer that question. I think he said 2 or 3 years. I think he said his insurance pays for a leg every 2 or 3 years. The wind from the truck. Exactly. I knew it had to be somebody else's fault. If you're thinking the foot was caught by the tractor trailer unit, only one thing that makes sense, it doesn't matter what kind of boots you had. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. If it was the truck, but that's also the thing that I was thinking is like, man, if I'd have just had some decent boots on, I'd still be walking. Maybe I'd have a smashed foot, but I'd still be walking. Ah, no, I edited it to sound less drunken. Here you go, John. Look, man, I try not to put too much put too much emphasis on what comes out of your mouth. Although I have banned a few people for their first comment. I have because I think I've talked about this before. Um, 95% of my comments from the history of me being on YouTube for, I don't know, 15 years, 95% of my comments are great. They're either neutral or great or positive or whatever. And then you get the 5%. And then some videos it's more than others. If I've got an opinion, and I'm saying it on YouTube, then somebody's got a extremely negative reaction to it, and usually it comes out in um, characters and texting form, and if it's really bad, and I've never seen you post before, it's like, yeah, man, maybe I really don't want to hear from this guy anymore, and it's kind of gotten that bad last couple of years, like, yeah, this guy doesn't seem like he has any value to YouTube, especially to me. And I'm just like, hide from channel and nobody ever sees your comment ever again. So keep that in mind when you're posting on my videos or anybody else's. Just keep that in mind. It's like you just, frantically typing and typing and typing, and you think you're actually communicating. You think you're actually talking to the world, and that's the other thing. If you say something negative, it doesn't even have to be really negative. If you're talking to my audience, fuck you. I'm not here to let people talk to my audience. If you want to leave a comment, you should be talking to me. If you're talking to everybody else, and it's negative, especially. I don't really mind people talking to my audience if it's, yeah, hey, let me tell you. I get a lot of that. It's like, let me tell you, audience, Moto Giants audience, what you should be doing. Yeah, okay. If you want to help out, that's fine. I'd prefer that you make your own videos, but that's fine too. Um, but yeah, it's the negative shit. It's like, let me tell the world what a dick Moto Giant is. Like, nobody's ever going to see you, man. Not only that, nobody's ever going to see you ever again. So it's really a bad mistake to make. And that doesn't go for my regular people. You can make it if you're regularly commenting and you're normally positive, you can be drunk many times on my channel. Like Brian's probably posted more crap, more trolling crap, but Brian posts all the time. Lone Wolves on Wheels. What else is he's Brian Bratton too? I'm sorry, Brian Broughton. Yeah, if you post on my stuff all the time, you gotta pass. You can say whatever the hell you want to. So John, feel free. If you comment all the time and I remember you. Samuel witnessed in a slower drop on a GS and a muddy road. It broke right leg at the top of the boot. Yeah. Let's see what Jamie has to say. Well, let me go back up here. Tractor. Where did your boot end up? The boot was on the road somewhere. Deputies, bystanders collected all my stuff and threw it in a big pile, and most of it came with me to the hospital, Paducah, and that's where it stayed. Bike went one direction, and then my awesome deputy that saved my life and saved a bunch of my gear, he collected a bunch of other stuff, took it to the hospital with me. So my brother picked up my motorcycle and all my gear that was left at the hospital when they flew me out to Nashville. I don't know if that answered your question. Where you can see your foot going under the bike right there. Jamie, I hope you're not looking at my left foot. That's my left foot that I think you're seeing going under the bike. And yeah, Left foot going on under the bike makes complete sense why the left boot is all scuffed up. But what about my right boot? How did my right leg get on the left side of my bike? So I high sided and went forward of my bike. The bike went up and landed. It just, I don't know. Your foot was under the bike before you high sided. Again, Jamie, left foot. What you're seeing in the reflection is my left foot. A lot of people are making that same mistake. Not devolved, degloved. Maybe this has been asked already. Have your missing toes been found? There are no missing toes. As far as I know, all the meat came with me to the hospital. As far as I know, I can show you pictures of what was left in the big bloody pile on the in the ER, but nobody wants to see that. I did show some animation, some high tech animation I made. Uh, Samuel, I've witnessed this in a slower speed drop on this. Looks like you and the bike rolled over to the left side after the first slide. Yeah, that's exactly what I said too. But how does my right leg go over and get under the left side of the bike? If it was my left leg that, or my left foot that was missing, none of this would be an issue. Absolutely none. It's like, yeah, bike, my body got up under my left side of my body got up under the motorcycle. Makes complete sense. My left foot is gone. No problem. How did my right leg get under the left side of my motorcycle? It's a tricky trick. Even get ejected high side. Whole body, not under truck, maybe foot. Yeah, I think anything's possible. I mean, it's a very dynamic situation. If you had high boots on, might suck you under the truck. Looks like foot is on foot peg in the last. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking I do what I normally do. Last time I got into a tank slapper, I stuck my right leg out, broke my right leg as I stuck it down in a big pile of mud, and it's just a normal reaction. I think anybody that's going, "Hey, I'm about to fall down. Let me put my outriggers out so I don't fall down." You seem to ignore me a lot. No, dude. Well, no. Let me address that, Brian. You flood me a lot, so that's probably what you when you feel like I'm ignoring you, you hammer me with posts and video and all kinds of crap. The internet calls that flooding. I don't know. You may not be old enough. You may not be a nerd like me, and you don't understand flooding. But flooding is basically I'm overwhelmed. I don't have the 2 hours I need to watch all your bagger racing videos, so I don't respond to them. I'm like, okay, you think I'm ignoring you, but it's like you're flooding me, man. You give me 6 or 7 videos to watch, like, and it's all basically the same stuff. Stop sending me bagger racing videos. You've seen one, you've seen them all. I love you, Brian, but damn, I don't ignore you. It's just, well, I guess I do ignore you. Possible that you got your foot up under the trailer as it's extremely low to the. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I got up under because the most of the truck has gone by me as we're going down the road. You can see it right there. Anyway, what the hell happened to my chat? You see, that's your right leg. Now, what you're seeing, Jamie, is a reflection. If you think about it, that is a reflection. So if you think about it, I'm pointed towards the truck. If I'm tilted that way, that is my left leg that's going down on the ground. What you're seeing in the reflection is my left leg. You can slow it down. All this stuff is going to be there for you. uh, that's your right leg. Where did they find the right boot? Near the bike or behind you? It's behind me somewhere. Yeah, they collected all my stuff, everything that came off the bike. Everything except that Tums bottle. If somebody has my Tums bottle, y'all better give that damn thing up. I can feel on the left side, continue to spin clockwise, causing right leg. That's something I really didn't think about. But yeah, I mean that makes sense. If my side case hits the road, it's going to spin and rotate. Maybe that's what I don't know, man. Can I get 33% if I can get the truck drivers to pay up? Yeah. Do what you can, Brian. Hey man, give me $100 check. I'll split it with you, dude. That's more than I have expected from the trucking company. Hey, if they want to sponsor me, that'd be cool too. Understand this feeling almost exactly. I'm still trying to figure out how my wrist is broken after my accident. I know my knee is broke, but my wrist I'm still trying to figure out. Matthew Boyce, here's how your wrist is broken because that's exactly what I did. I went down like this. This palm hit first, and then this palm hit second. So I went down like that. That's why my wrist, I don't know why my wrists aren't broken because I know that's exactly what happened. My wrists are still screwed up. This one's been screwed up most of my life because of this. that's why that's why I started doing this. No, seriously. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just like the your natural reaction when you start falling down your motorcycle is to stick a leg out. You stick your leg out on the side that you're falling to. Same thing with if you're falling off your motorcycle, that's your reaction. So to me, that's kind of a no-brainer. It's that's your natural reaction. If you just had video on the front and rear of your motorcycle, it's so confusing getting in a motorcycle accident. Yeah. When I was T-boned, the motorcycle ended up across both knees. I came up on my right forearm and saw the bike hit me. Eesh, yeah. I got you, stupid mirrors. I'm so glad you made it to a live stream, Jamie. Is there any car with dash cam behind you? Yes, there were cars behind me with dash cam. Unfortunately, I don't know who they are. I I have this fantasy that I mean there was a lot of coverage. If you look on the internet and say what was it, motorcycle accident, Paducah. No. This is what you search for. Search for sleeping bag motorcycle accident. I'm the only result. But there's a lot of coverage. So I'm thinking I guess it's a bit of a fantasy is that somebody's going to see some of the coverage and reach out and drop a comment and go, I was behind you that day, and I had the forethought to hit save on that dash cam that I had, and I'm going to go out there and check it. Or I checked it already, and I've got the footage. I have got the answers. Everything that I'm in the car right behind you. I was 40, 30 yards behind you when you came off your bike. But I think it's probably that same lady that said he just wiped out. I think it's that same lady. She probably didn't have a dash cam. And even if she did, she wouldn't be looking at social media. I think I'm just going to be forever unknown. And anybody behind her is not going to have good footage. So, yeah, I think it's just one of those things. Okay, once again, we're looking at the slow-mo coming. We're about to the point where you can see the mirrored toolbox. And there's me, and there's my motorcycle. It's starting to lean. I mean, what are the odds of getting a mirrored? It's basically a camera pointing sideways on that truck. That's basically almost as good. It's crazy though. That's my left foot going down. And imagine me getting either ejected off the bike or getting my foot. Maybe the bike bounced as I hit the road. It bounced up and it started sliding faster than I was and it came on top of me. I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that a 400 plus pound motorcycle bouncing down the highway is going to take my foot off like that. And not just that, we're going almost at the same speed. So it's not going, hey, you're going this way, I'm going that way, like a tractor tire would. But anyway, just speculating. When it comes down to it, it's all just speculation without the dash cam. Last thing I remember is seeing her car underneath me. Underneath me, is it flying? Oh, damn. Yeah, it sounds like you had a pretty bad one, man. Or looked real small, so I must have been pretty up in there. Well, hey, man, maybe you were doing that out of body experience as you're going towards the light. I don't know. A lot of people have those experiences, and I'm not saying you know actual reality. I'm just saying people, you probably hit your head too. Who the hell knows what the hell happened? I cannot believe, um, knowing how the mind works. And I think it's short-term memory. I can't remember. It's 7 to 15 seconds. I can't remember, but I should not remember any of this stuff. But I remember vividly. I remember the tank slipper that I get into, and it wasn't as vivid as I remember because I remember fighting the bike. And this was no fight. This was pop, pop, and I'm down. Um, if y'all remember, it's fruit, fruit, boom. And then the camera goes out. I'm sliding. I don't remember sliding. I don't remember any of that stuff, but I remember what I thought was fighting the bike is like, what the fuck happened? And, I mean, if I'd have had a few more seconds, I probably could have figured out something came loose on my bike and got under the wheel. All I knew, I thought it was like a flat tire. I was like, oh shit, this is bad. And then next thing I know, I'm looking up at sky. But I'm going to tell that story too, eventually. I got to get this shit out of my head so I can move on. Top of the boot appears. Make contact with the pavement. So you're looking. I hope you're not looking at the left boot. Don't get the left boot confused with the right boot. The left boot has almost all the damage. The right boot is flat. That's all you're seeing. You're not seeing. I mean, there's a tiny little scuff. Let's go back and look at that real quick. Where is the 4K video? Let's go back and look at that. All right. Let's go back and look at the boots. Okay, again, don't get the angles confused. Let's skip ahead so the shoestrings don't. The boot that I have my hand on is my left boot. This boot took a lot of damage, but the only damage to my body was it took off the tip of my big toe. But as far as I'm concerned, that boot did its job a whole lot better than the other boot. So that's why I'm actually considering reevaluating, talking about work boots as well, good quality work boots, and maybe these just aren't good quality. I mean, Carhartts, I think I spent 120, 140 bucks on them. Not that big of a deal. Very comfortable and have protected my feet up until now. Um, and as you can see, as I demonstrate here shortly, the stitching is torn away. And you can see there's a lot of scuffing. That looks like a boot that has been in a motorcycle accident. The other one, the one that crushed my foot, it was torn off too quick. There was nothing. So that's why I'm thinking something rolled over my foot and made the damn thing stop. And now you can see the difference, kinda. Let me see if I can get it. You can see how flat that thing is. Think about that. There's no way bone or anything else could have done anything, and that how flat that boot is compared to the other one. How do you like my dramatic tomahawk chop or karate chop? Oh shit, I didn't do the transition. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me. So yeah, same thing. That's the right boot. That's the foot that came off, and there's almost no scuffing. I don't know what all that powdery white stuff is. I'm thinking it's probably mold. I think those things sat in a wet bag or whatever where all my other stuff is. That was your left foot ankle. My left foot is fine. I lost about that much of my toe, and it's been hard. It's just now healing up after almost 90 days. That toe was basically the tip of my toe was amputated. Lost half, three-quarters of my toenail. If that gives you an idea of what, I may take some pictures once it starts healing up. It's kind of nasty looking. I don't think I want to show any pictures of a nasty looking toe. You will never know the answer. Move on, or you'll drive yourself crazy. Yeah, I don't know. So long. You still got my toe, don't you? As bad as our respective accidents are, at least we both have no back or no. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about the brain damage though, man. I may have to argue there. Every motorcycle accident where I hit my head, I feel like I've got some deficit, and this is no exception. I've had worse. I had a dirt crash. I don't know. Let's see. That was 2011, 2012. It was closing 15 years ago. I went down in the dirt on a really, we were going way too fast on this dirt road. We both crashed. Me and one of the guys I was riding with, we were kind of racing through the pack and um, hit a off camber downhill turn. And when we saw it, I think we were probably both doing about 70. We both kind of locked it up. He went um, off the road. So I probably went out in the woods about 25 feet, but I also went down off the road. So it was a pretty big high road. It was off the side of the hill. Went down the road 10, 12, 15 feet off. So I tumbled and tumbled and then went off the road and bam, bam, bam. I missed hitting the tree about that much. My motorcycle actually hit the tree on the side of the road. The other guy hit a stump, I think halfway down as he's tumbling off the road. I think he bled off more speed than I did because I went way out in the woods. He hit that stump. That may have been what stopped him. But yeah, he broke a couple ribs. And I was just really, really sore. But I had a deficit after that. I was probably 6 months before I was thinking straight again. So I don't think it's good to hit your head. Boxing, yeah, I think, rolling down the road, banging your head, helmet or not, I don't think it's good for you. The bent hard cases basically hammered the foot off. The imprint, the boot was made by something square. Yeah. Well, the only way I could see the side cases having any kind of impact on my foot is if they were laying flat because angled. Well, I got a side case right here. This should be interesting. Side case. Let's see what we can do here. This is the side case in question. What the hell am I hanging up on? That's the side case in question. Yep, wrong angle. What? Wait a minute. There we go. So you can see there's a lot of scuffing and there's a lot of worn plastic down at the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, here, let me bring this thing up. Let me do, ooh, yeah, all right. Let's do this. Ooh. Why is this thing? Okay, here we go. Oh, let me read through some of the chats here. We'll probably cut this thing off. Can go in hour and a half, 2 hours. So Jamie, my left foot, not bad at all. Amputated, semi-amputated toe. Uh, Kelly, please remind me about the gauge in the back of your helmet. gouge. And I don't think there was much of a gouge. My helmet is over there. It's going to be hard for me to get to it. There was gouges in the front. There was a looks like some kind of a I don't know half-inch hole. It looks like maybe a knife went through the back of my helmet. That's the only thing that was striking in the back of the helmet. Um, it's kind of a shocker. Um, gouge. Yeah, there was not, I don't remember any gouges in the back of the helmet. I got my insurance check for lost and damaged gear. It was 4K. Had really high quality gear. I'm sure the only reason I'm not dead is because I had top tier gear. Did that cover the cost of your gear? Did that replace your gear or no? A gear costs more than some people's bike. I'm sure that's not surprising for me. It would be very easy for me to spend more on gear than I typically spend on motorcycles because I don't buy new motorcycles. I've bought one new motorcycle my whole life, and that was a mistake. I think I said that before recently. Um, yeah, most people don't ride their motorcycles, so it's really easy for me to go up to somebody that's been sitting on their motorcycle and yeah, just go clean the carbs or clean the fuel out of the tank, put a battery in it, put some tires and brakes on it, and change the oil. And I got a almost brand new bike for a fraction of what they paid for it. No tow made trash last week. Oh no! I was gonna say if you can't figure it out, we'll have a little ceremony. I'll bury the damn thing, or put it in a rocket. So, oh yeah, yeah. It's been sticking up your fridge for a while, so I get it. Was the first responder in a motorcycle accident yesterday. His foot was crushed and mangled, but still there, reminding me of your story. Yeah, well, mine was dangling. It was still there, but it was dangling. You should probably quit riding motorcycles. It's dangerous. Totally, totally agree. Yeah, I think I'm gonna quit. Ah, wrong sound source. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Looks like everything's good here. My other friend who lost his leg like you hit a post holding up the guardrail on a curve. Got a helicopter ride too. Yeah, helicopter rides are fun as long as you're not missing a leg. Looks like my boot may have caught on footage and ripped it off. Since you say you are hard to find gear that fits, you why not try Motoport? I don't know what Motoport is, V-Dub, John. I don't know what that is. Is that a store? Is that a online? Is that what is that? Because I would really be interested in something like Cycle Gear that actually has quality gear. Cycle Gear doesn't have much quality gear. They got decent helmets. They got a pretty good selection of helmets, and that's about it. But you know, their decent helmets are $1,000. Uh, right boot almost looks like it got twisted. Yeah, could have. Well, I mean, that would make more sense tearing the foot off if it got twisted. That would tear it easier, right? Get all my heated gear back and my heated helmet, heated gloves, Sitka brand waterproof jacket and pants, Cardo system, and my Alpine Store boots all totaled up. Yeah, well, that good for you, man. Glad you got back in it. Based on the length of the trailer and the rate of your speed decreases, I'm not sure your foot made it to the trailer before it passed. Would you have crossed the center if you contacted the rig? Oh, that's a good question, Blue Bug. Motoport is a company. Yeah, but what is it? Is it online? Is it retail or is it all web based? And the fact that I've never heard of them concerns me. Have you tried Motorsport V-Dub? Foot peg. Foot peg. I do want to show y'all the what my foot peg looks like. When I first saw the foot peg, I thought that's what did it. So, I mean, foot peg's up there, left side, but still, I've got to get right leg, my right leg over to the left side of my motorcycle under the foot peg, and I'm not sure how that happened. I mean, I could say the same thing, I guess. Motoport is custom made. Well, that maybe that's why I've never heard of them. I don't know anything about Motoport. Um, so if they're custom made, then they're super expensive. I mean, that's like what do you call that? Bespoke, bespoke motorcycle riding gear. That sounds like $5,000 for a jacket, $5,000 for a pair of pants. I go to a tailor and he goes, "Man, you need to lose some weight. It'd be a whole lot less material." No physics professors on here, I guess. Yeah, I think that's missing. It could explain all the forces involved in your crash, including mass, inertia, speed, and acceleration. Yeah, the wild hair that is always involved. Motorport super high quality doesn't cost much more than any other high quality stuff. Really? Okay. Maybe I need to do some research into Motorport. Do they have tailors? Do they have people with tape that walk around your body and go, here, motorcycle gear in general is lacking in quality. I use hunting gear for weatherproofing, snowmobile helmets and gloves for winter riding and cold weather, equestrian gear for impacts. Not a bad idea. All this stuff is stupid expensive, of course. But yeah, I think somebody said it better is, what's more expensive, your riding gear or a hospital visit? And I would say absolutely hands down. Um, yeah, I'm closing on $500,000 in hospital bills, $104,000 helicopter flight. Um, yeah, gonna find out. I'm gonna be able to tell you what my leg cost that I have to get like every 2 to 3 years. Don't know yet. I know it's expensive. $1,000 jacket, $1,000 pants. That's not outrageous. It sends you a sheet, take tons of measurements. With insulated liners and waterproof liners, just looks a little bulky. Yeah, I'm okay with any options in gear. But the one thing that I know for sure is that fits me is Olympia. So if anybody knows how to find the Olympia guys, I would really like to talk to those guys. I think I'd be a pretty good spokesperson for riding gear. Here's what happens when you wear no gear, not the right gear. You lose your limbs and spend a lot of money on hospital bills. And here's the little scratches I got on my knees, and I got a little scratch right there, and yeah, my gear was 15 years old at that point. Fits perfectly. Yeah, sounds good. Well, I guess if y'all seen enough of the 3D animation, stop motion action film that you're watching now, if y'all seen enough of that, um, I guess we'll let it go. Olympia went out of business. Yeah, everybody keeps saying that, but they're still in business. I think they struggle for a little bit of time, but yeah, they're still selling. They're still selling gear. They're still out there. Um, they're just not answering emails. They're taking orders, kicking ass and taking names. They're just not answering emails. They're not answering emails from guys that want some free stuff in return for some positive uh, market reactions. All right, glad you guys showed up, hanging out. I enjoyed it, even though it was kind of chaotic. I worked, I worked 4 or 5 hours putting the shit together, y'all. So, and trying to figure out how to actually make it interesting. But yeah, that'll do it for now. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all next time.